The 2002 Division II football season ended in Florence, Alabama, with star quarterback Kurt Ains and his Grand Valley teammates looking to avenge a title game loss from the previous year. And when David Kirkus took this Ains toss into the end zone for a touchdown, Brian Kelly's Lakers had claimed their school's first ever football national championship. But almost immediately after the win in Alabama that capped an unbeaten season, Grand Valley cast an eye toward the future and what it hoped would be another fairy tale story for its gridiron heroes. Sports fans will always remember the exact moment a championship is officially won. That golden moment when a key play results in a clinching touchdown, or the very second when a scoreboard clock winds down to 0. But football coaches know that a championship quest begins in the days of summer. Days, weeks, even months before the season officially gets underway.
Today we learn about the family. We talked about it 4 weeks ago. We do things together. Hey, we had a tough 3 weeks. We had adversity. We had to fight through issues of doing the right thing every single day, but we fought through them. We're a family. We're here together. Let me tell you this. First of all, the coaches believe in you. We believe in you. We believe in this football team. Or we wouldn't come out here and put this football team against UC Davis. We knew what we had when we scheduled this game. We knew that we had the players to win this football game. We believe in you. Number two, we want you to compete. Every single snap. You're not going to win every play, but I want relentless competition. We do that, that's Laker tradition. You want to know what tradition is? That's the way we do it here. We don't look at the scoreboard. We look in the mirror at the end of the game. Can you come back in here and look in the mirror at the end of the game? I want everybody in here to play together. That's what I want from our football team. Let's go play! Let's go!
Grand Valley's 2003 season began more than 2,000 miles away from Allendale in California, where Kelly's crew would begin a new year against the University of California, Davis, former Division II power that was now stepping up in class to Division I AA.
And back to pass. Flanagan looking, throwing out. Mackey with a big interception at the 35-yard line.
Early in the year, UC Davis, we probably didn't know what to expect. We were anticipating that we were going to have to carry the mail a little bit early in the year to those young freshmen developed on offense.
Flanagan under center. No, he gives it to his
back. We got it!
Oh, Marcus Spencer has recovered.
The GVSU Cal Davis opener was a brutal game that saw both defenses dominate. But it wasn't behemoth linemen who enjoyed the best moments. It was players small in stature but large of heart. Freshman Mark Catlin and senior Mario Lacricchio combined on the day's longest play, and Lakers All-America place kicker David Hendricks kicked the field goal to give Grand Valley a gritty 9-6 overtime win.
The kick is up.
Yes!
It's long enough. The kick.
Yes!
The Lakers have won. The Lakers have won. And the Lakers have defeated UC Davis. A dramatic victory for Grand Valley.
Well, I think going into that game, it was a matter of really finding a way to win the game. We knew that our defense was going to have to be counted on if we were going to get back to Alabama, and that was a great indication of what would follow here the rest of the season.
When the Lakers finally returned to Lever Stadium for their first home game of 2003, the veteran defense was now in full flight. Meanwhile, the offensive team that was beginning to emerge featured new faces like Cullen Finnerty and Micah Staley, who tried to make the fans forget the prolific duo of Ains and Kirkus.
And here's Finnerty throwing for the end zone, and it's a touchdown, Lakers! Staley, the young freshman. What a beautiful play.
Another newcomer on the offense was bruising tailback Michael Tennessee, a player Brian Kelly had redshirted in 2002.
Tennessee with running room.
He's got 40. The distance.
He's at the 50. He's at the 40.
Oh, Michael!
He's at the 30. He's at the 20.
Oh, what a move!
The 10.
Get in there!
Touchdown!
Yes!
Michael Tennessee.
Oh, what a move!
move!
But while the offensive stars were freshly minted, defenders like Dustin Cole were back and prowling on the other side of the line of scrimmage. The next week's challenge came from Detroit, as Wayne State looked to put heat on Grand Valley's inexperienced offense. But when Cullen Finnerty wasn't driving his team's air attack, he was giving Grand Valley an option it had lacked for most of 2002, a quarterback who could get downfield himself when receivers weren't available.
And here's Hutchinson rolling out, looking to throw. And Dean's and they dive for it. Got it. I believe it's the Lakers. And here's the quarterback rolling out. Finnerty throwing it downfield. He's got Catlin at the 10. Breaks the tackle at the 5. Touchdown! Yes! Mark Catlin.
With Hillsdale up next on the schedule, the Lakers were eager to demonstrate they were far more than just a one- or two-man offense. Tight end Mike Holloway became an important part of the passing game, while Ryan Huckel showed a slashing style that had first surfaced for the Lakers in their season opener out west. The Lakers began to step things up on offense, and a big part of their success would be evident the next week during Grand Valley's homecoming clash with Michigan Tech. In 2002, Laker tailbacks Reggie Spearman and Brent Lesniak combined for close to 2,000 yards on the ground. But Brian Kelly and the Laker coaching staff knew that in 2003 they would start a runner in Michael Tennessee, who might have been the best back on the team had he not been held out a season to redshirt.
It was kind of hard to see the big picture and kind of hard to see what he actually wanted from me. The best thing come to those who wait, I guess. It held true for me.
Michael Tennessee would prove to be the perfect complement to Finnerty, who was just a yard short of 400 yards passing against Michigan Tech.
Fakes to Tennessee. Looks, he's got time. Throws for the end zone. Touchdown! Latricchio! Throwing deep out here, and Langston. What a catch! Oh, wow!
Defensively, the Lakers didn't miss a beat either, thanks to a stifling run defense and a ball-hawking secondary that featured DeJuan Boone.
And here's for the corner of the end zone for Staley. A great catch! Oh, yes! He went high in the air! It looked like David Kirkus reincarnated.
Years ago, a trip to Marquette might have been a game that was subjected to the ravages of Lake Superior. But in northern Michigan's Dome, the Lakers again put their dazzling speed on display for an Upper Peninsula crowd. On offense, Finnerty combined with wideout Brandon Langston.
He's at the 30. He's at the 20.
Keep going!
10, 5.
Yeah!
And on defense, the ringleader, as usual, was three-year starter and All-America safety Scott Mackey. After dispatching the Wildcats, Grand Valley returned home for the game most people thought would decide the Great Lakes Conference Championship against Saginaw Valley. In the first half at Lubber Stadium, the home side relied again on special teams and defense to take an early 3-0 lead.
And throwing out here and going for the home run.
Oh, what a catch, yes!
What a great interception by Scott Mackey.
Late in the first half, Laker fans saw a play that seemed to send Grand Valley on its way. A scramble by Finnerty that produced a 50-yard run to inside the Saginaw Valley 5.
He's at the 50. He's at the 40. Makes the move at the 30, the 20, the 15, 10, 5.
Oh, what a run!
But after a touchdown that gave Grand Valley a 9-0 lead, the reliable David Hendricks missed an extra point try that was an indication of things to come. On his long first-half run, Finnerty had suffered a concussion, the extent of which would not be discovered by Laker coaches and staff until much later in the game.
I knew something was wrong right when it happened. I went in there at halftime and I started seeing a bunch of weird stuff. I did a drive out in the third quarter, a couple of drives, and made some stupid mistakes here and there. And that's when Coach Kai really knew there was something wrong with me, so I went and talked to the trainers.
Finnerty now, fumble the football. A battle for it, and Saginaw says they have it. That really hurts.
After its worst quarter of football in Allendale for several seasons, the Lakers tried to go back to the drawing board, but by then it was too late. Saginaw Valley had at last stopped the Grand Valley juggernaut.
Well, I think they were prepared for our blitzing attack defensively. We just weren't ready for the game like they were. They wanted it more.
Under center, Radlinski, the quarterback. Quick pass out here, and it's caught, and he breaks the tackle. And he could go all the way. He will go all the way. So a big win for Saginaw Valley as they defeat the Lakers. The final score, 34-20.
I think in a large degree that helped our football team focus week to week. And again, we knew that the constant here was great defense. You saw right after that Saginaw Valley game, we went and played Northwood and we ran the ball 52 times. Michael Tennessee carried it 40-something times. We really played it close to the vest and gave our kids the best opportunity, knowing that we were going to play very good defense.
To offset the injury to Finnerty, Kelly and defensive coordinator Chuck Martin called on senior Matt Yoches in the defense.
We just had to get our heads on straight again, get a little bit more focused, and the rest was history.
Tennessee battles. Touchdown, Lakers! And here's the fake to Tennessee on throw for the end zone. Touchdown, Lakers! Yes!
In 2002, Northwood had moved the ball on the ground against Grand Valley as well as any team the Lakers faced. But this time, Willie Gray and his mates were there to answer any questions. He also had plenty of help from a new Lakers star, junior college transfer Derek Phillips from Chicago. A new winning streak would begin against Northwood, and the Lakers could think once again about championship possibilities in 2003. Next up was Mercyhurst. The defense set the tone with a ferocious pass rush, and Michael Tennessee shouldered the load on offense as Grand Valley continued to develop its retooled running game. On defense, the secondary again showed why few Laker opponents were able to move through the air, while on offense, quarterback Jeff Dock stepped in seamlessly for Finnerty, whose return to the lineup would wait one more week.
Now going to the end zone and a touchdown, yes! Lakers!
Indianapolis would be the next team to fall prey to the vaunted Laker defense, with DeJuan Boone adding to his interception total.
Now he's going to be pressured. Now he throws the ball up for grabs. It's intercepted by the Lakers at the 25. DeJuan Boone was there.
And against Indy, the Laker defenders starred on both sides of the ball. Pressed into duty at wide receiver, Derek Phillips made it look easy as Cullen Finnerty's new battery mate. And even when things went wrong on offense, the defense was there again, this time with big Aaron Hine latching on to a touchdown toss from Jeff Dock after a botched Laker field goal try.
And here's Finnerty on a quarterback keeper.
Get in there!
Touchdown, Cullen Finnerty!
Yes!
He's being pressured.
Get him, Aaron.
And he's
That's
sacked
a
in the end zone.
That's a safety.
A safety for the Lakers.
As the Laker regular season drew to a close, Grand Valley turned to Michael Tennessee to help secure a return to the Division II playoffs. And whenever called upon, the defense doled out punishment from the likes of All-America tackle Keontae Marshall. In his final regular season game for Grand Valley, safety Scott Mackey destroyed any hopes of a Finley comeback with a devastating punt return.
And Mackey makes an over-the-shoulder catch at his 25-yard line, then makes a move on one guy, another guy, and now he's going to run it to the outside on the far side of the field. Look at this run at the 40, the 45, still on his feet, at the 30, at the 25, at the 20, the 15, the 10. Yes! Touchdown, Lakers!
What a move!
And later, Lamar Maxey struck another blow for the special teams with a punt block and a touchdown of his own. Grand Valley's 10-1 record was good enough to earn a playoff berth, but unlike the previous season, Brian Kelly and company would begin their postseason work on the road. The Lakers took their first trip to Kelly's home state of Massachusetts, where their devastating speed would blind first-time playoff participant Bentley.
From the end zone, Finnerty, quick over the middle, he's got Langston. Langston at the 35.
Get to the outside.
He's
got a block there.
He's at the 50.
He's gonna go.
He's at the 40. He's at the 30.
They're not gonna catch
20,
him.
10, 5, touchdown.
Yes!
Brandon Langston, 97 yards. And here's the give to Breida, or fake to Breida, and then a phone out here.
We got it, Dick.
The Lakers have intercepted the football.
Yes!
Last year's team, there was only one way to finish the season, and that was to get back to Alabama and win the national championship. For this team, it was how can we find a way to win the next week, and then the next week and the week after. So the plan really was, how do we get through Bentley? Well, Bentley was a team that played man-to-man coverage. We had better matchups. We could throw the ball.
Finnerty to throw. Pumps, now throws for the end zone. And
what a catch!
Oh, what a catch by Staley!
Are you kidding
me? He
me?
went high in the air and made a catch in the corner of the end zone.
We were back to our standard game plan of finding a way to win.
With Bentley out of the way, Grand Valley would finally get what its players had hoped for since October, a return match with conference champion and #1 ranked Saginaw Valley. After their upset of then top-ranked Grand Valley, the Saginaw Valley Cardinals eventually ascended to the top spot in the Division II national rankings. In the second meeting between the two clubs in Saginaw, the teams jockeyed for field position in the first half until the Lakers capitalized again with standout defense.
We were just hungry. That's all I remember about it. We were just ready, excited to play. You know, that's my hometown. And I was excited to play. I was ready, and so were the rest of the team.
Redlinsky, straight back to throw. Quick pass out here.
Something.
It's at the 40, at the 30, the 20, the 10, the 5. Yes! Yes! Scott Mackey, the All-American.
After Mackey's score, it was on the defense to contain Saginaw Valley quarterback Mark Redlinsky, the star of his team's upset win in Allendale. Dion Charity got into the act for Chuck Martin's defense, as would fellow defenders like Marcus Spencer and Lucius Hawkins.
First time around, they gave us some fronts. They gave us little box looks on defense that were a little bit different than what we were used to seeing, and we were really prepared for what we saw the second time we played them.
With time running out on the Saginaw Valley title dreams, the door finally slammed for good when Derek Phillips came up with the interception that sent Laker players and fans into a frenzy.
That was the game that, to me, I think our kids understood we could win this thing by playing good offense, playing field position. I think our kids finally understood that after the second Saginaw game.
1, 2, 3. We want a Grand Valley victory. As the Lakers, we have pride. Our team will lead us on. Blue and white, we're on your side. We want a Grand Valley victory. As the folks will quickly see. Raise your voices and cheer for victory. Fight, fight, fight.
Grand Valley's next playoff battle would be contested under sunshine, blue skies, and the yellow flags of Texas A&M Kingsville. It was a day when yellow would fly above the field and on it. Passing situation, Finnerty getting some room, going to turn it up the middle. Finnerty breaks to the outside. He's into the end zone. After Cullen Finnerty had scored the first Laker touchdown of the national semifinals, the officials took center stage with rule interpretations that nearly drove the visitors crazy. Finnerty's going to take it to the house, and another penalty flag goes down. is outside on the swing pass. Hey, 2 flags on that one.
You know, we used all our fouls. You know, we fouled out.
Taylor's got a little bit of time, throws it down the middle late. What a catch! And then a drop, and then a subsequent recovery by Grand Valley. 4th and inches. Did Grand Valley jump? I don't think so, but they've stopped Williams and thrown him for a loss. But despite the endless array of flags that were thrown, ultimately the heads that rolled in southern Texas belonged to the Javelinas. Limiting A&M Kingsville to a lone field goal, the Lakers rolled to an impressive win, one that sent Grand Valley seniors back to their 3rd consecutive title game.
They showed you the way. Our seniors told you what to do, how to do it. And you listened. You didn't have to. We had our times, but you listened. You followed the roadmap and you got yourself back there because these guys have been there 3 times now. They've been there and you listen. And that's what senior leadership is. So we're going to ask them to go on over there and see if we're going to accept an invitation back to Alabama. Do it! That'd be a good idea.
On a blustery and wet December Saturday, the Lakers and their fans returned to Florence, Alabama, where Brian Kelly and his troops wanted to win another national championship and erase the memory of Grand Valley's excruciating championship game loss in 2001. Their opponent, then as now, was the University of North Dakota. Once again, the national championship game would play to an international audience on ESPN. It would be the sports network's most watched football game in the month of December, one that would be viewed by more than 1.25 million households throughout the U.S. And it was a title game that would start with eye-opening efficiency by the Laker offense. With Tennessee Infinity showing the way, GVSU methodically chewed up half the first quarter with a drive that would result in a David Hendricks field goal. Later in the first half, Grand Valley seemed poised to score again, but North Dakota was not going to give in easily. Many people had predicted the championship game would be a battle of defenses and wits, and it turned out to be just that. A huge Grand Valley following stayed revved up throughout, and the Laker defense seemed to feed off that emotion. Even though Grand Valley had much the better of things offensively in the first half, points were difficult to come by for both sides. It was a far cry from the 2002 title game, but this time Kurt Ains could only watch as the Lakers went to the locker room at halftime with a 3-0 lead.
Hi, man, you got 30 minutes. to a national championship. Hey, leave it on the field, man. Leave it on the field. You got 2 quarters left, man. 2 quarters. You know they're going to be here right at the end. You know they're going to be here.
As the Alabama sky turned dark, the rain began to fall in Florence. North Dakota seemed to be on the verge of a go-ahead score, but Grand Valley's defense came up with a play that would turn things around completely. Untouched on a blitz, Lucius Hawkins knocked the ball away from quarterback John Bowenkamp.
A fumble, the Lakers pick it up at the 40, at the 30, 45, 50 to 40. He's at the 30, he's at the 20-yard line. Lucas Hawkins. Yes! A huge play.
Then the offense took over. With North Dakota keying on Michael Tennessee, Cullen Finnerty broke to the outside and raced inside the 5-yard line.
Running with the football is Finnerty. He's at the 15, at the 10, the 5, out of bounds at the 3-yard line. 3rd and goal, under center this time is Finnerty. He gives the ball to Tennessee. He bounds, touchdown, Lakers! Yes!
Moments after Tennessee had finally shaken loose, the Lakers had their long-awaited touchdown and a 10-0 second-half lead. It seemed as though the Lakers might be ready to blow the game open, but on 3rd and 21, Bowenkamp hit Caleb Johnson for 45 yards into Laker territory. But the defense stiffened, and Keontae Marshall burst through the line to block a field goal attempt.
The Lakers have held again. Keontae Marshall.
North Dakota, though, was far from finished. The Fighting Sioux finally got on the board with just under 10 minutes left in the game as Grand Valley's lead was cut to 7.
Here's the place down. The kick is up, and it's long enough. The kick is good. The score, it's Grand Valley 10, North Dakota 3.
On the next drive, Finnerty and his teammates tried to take more time off the clock, but ultimately were forced to punt. And when they did, John Bowenkamp and North Dakota geared up for one final assault of the top defense in the land. Moving with poise and assurance, Bowenkamp carefully guided his team into Laker territory with a series of completions that would lead to a title game record of 28 completed passes. On the sidelines and on the field, Laker players were starting to think back to the finish of the title game in 2001.
2 years ago, we lost in a similar circumstance, last minute, they scored. So that's the only thing that's going through my mind is like, oh no, this can't happen again. But I also knew that, our defense was great, and somehow, some way, we figured out a way to win all year, and that this game shouldn't be any different.
I've been through a lot of games and a lot of situations, and so have the rest of the guys on that defense. And there was no doubt in our minds because we were so prepared and we knew which plays they were going to run.
But as North Dakota was moving down the field, Grand Valley coaches were preaching patience and positioning. The North Dakota drive stalled just inside the Laker 20, and on 4th down, Bowenkamp would be forced to take one final chance.
It's 4th down. This is the game right here. 4th down, 10 yards to go from the shotgun. Back to throw. He's got time. Over the middle, he gets intercepted! Yes! Intercepted! It was Mike Code! Mike Code with the interception! Yes! The Lakers win their 2nd consecutive national championship! What a way to end your career in Grand Valley. Mike Code with the interception.
First, I got to give thanks to Coach Martin because that's a play we put in early in the week because they were doing a lot of crossing routes. So I was in the perfect position, and that ball just almost felt like a slow motion coming at me. I'm just telling myself, catch it. And the next thing you know, it just felt like 100 miles an hour. I'm on the ground, I'm getting picked up. It's an unbelievable feeling.
They'll take a knee. The Lakers are the national champions for the 2nd consecutive year. Woohoo! Storm on the field as all bedlam breaks out. Do you believe? You better believe in this Laker football team.
Just kind of fitting of this football team that no superstars, but a lot of good football players and guys that make plays when needed, and Mike Code really epitomized it with that last play.
you get done with a championship game and you just kind of pinch yourself and say, it's unbelievable what we accomplished. Did you think you were going to do it? No, you didn't. But you kind of scratch your head and go, how did we do it? So we're still trying to figure it out, and if we get it figured out, we're going to try to do it again next year.
It's incredible. You can't do the things that we've done unless you've got great character, and I'm proud. And I know our university is proud of everything you've accomplished.
It's about a program, it's about tradition, it's about great teamwork, it's about great coaching. You guys are great. Your whole school loves you and appreciates you. You do great things for us. Thanks for what you did today.
They've come further as young men than they have as football players. Where they made their most strides is what you probably couldn't see, but I saw and our staff saw as they grew up as young men, and that's what's most satisfying about this team winning the national championship.
The 2003 football season at Grand Valley began on the dusty practice fields of August. It included trips to California in the west and Massachusetts in the east, to the far reaches of northern Michigan, and to the balmy Gulf shores of southern Texas. And when it finally came to an end, the Lakers found themselves just where they expected to be, in Florence, Alabama. With the second straight national championship, Brian Kelly and his players and staff have written the latest chapter in their school's football history. Their travels in 2003 may have covered tens of thousands of miles, but in the end, Grand Valley's football titles stand back to back.